gave a major gift to the endowment of LBS, and we are going to rename one of the buildings on campus into Anjali and Raj Rao building in recognition of the gift this amazing couple, Indian moms, gave to the school. So for us, India is one of the most important partners. So coming back to your remarks, since you're a Minister of Commerce and Industry, and you talked already about the trade negotiations, trade deals India has concluded recently with the developed world, be it the UK, be it Australia, EU, UAE. So how does that going to transform not just the place of India in the world, but also create new jobs in industry in India, create an opportunity for young people?
Team, all these engagements are very comprehensive in nature. They also cover education, incidentally, in most cases. Our effort is that as India engages with these developed countries, we will learn from them the best of products, best of quality standards, service standards, and we believe that living inside a closed room has not been very great for India. We will be far better off as we engage with the rest of the world, as we learn from their best practices. This, of course, opens up the doors for preferential access for Indian goods and services to two-thirds of the global economy, and therefore that many more jobs in the country, that much more demand for Indian produced goods, and at the same time, all these countries have a lot to offer to India also. So already 8 or 10 or 12 universities from UK are looking to set up campuses in India. Many are looking to do dual degrees. Personally, I've been telling my counterparts from different countries that I see great merit in children from Europe and children from the United States coming and spending maybe a year, maybe 6 months in India as a part of their formal curriculum. So a 2-year MBA, 1 year done in India, 1 year here, will hold you in good stead because the future growth is going to come out of countries in Asia, Africa, Latin America. And learning the culture, learning how to deal with them will really help you at this stage of your life. So the Western students also will benefit greatly if they come and spend some time in India. Just like our students, I'm sure, benefit immensely from being at prestigious institutions like this.
Thank you, Minister. And indeed, we do work on the partnership with the Indian School of Business to benefit both sides. In the spirit of the comment you made about and one of your management principles, that decisions should be judged by outcomes, and you did outline the overarching goal for 2047. In a shorter term, now we signed the UK trade agreement, which is going to double the trade volume in 5 years. What is the success? What does the good look like, say, in 5 years in terms of impact of this trade agreement of UK India on the economy and on the lives of ordinary Indians?
I think
by 2030, not by 2047.
It will be very difficult to isolate the impact of the UK agreement, as much as the fact that collectively all these new trading agreements coming into force one after the other. 15 July, UK comes into force. Switzerland, Iceland, Norway, and Liechtenstein came into force last year, 1st October. Oman came into force 1st June. We'll soon have New Zealand come into force, then we'll have the EU come into force. Somewhere in between, if the US is able to set things in order, we'll have the US come into force. All of these collectively, I think will open up a plethora of opportunity for both sides. And we will gain as much. So if we get technology, we get technology goods, we get semiconductor machinery, we get GPUs, or we just signed up with ASML, the first plant outside Netherlands that ASML is going to set up for those lithography machines without no semiconductor is going to be India with the Tatas, who also owns Kodas and Jaguar. So India is looking at a multi-phase engagement with each of our trading partners, which will help upskill our people at home. We are looking at huge skill development and training programs to align them with global standards and global requirements. In my own constituency, for example, I run a skill center, which is teaching, amongst other things, the Japanese language. Japan tells us they want 300,000 Indians to come and work there in different works. Caregivers, nurses, masons, electricians, plumbers. The UAE alone, we had about 1.8 million Indians in UAE until about 15 years ago. We have 4.5 million. The demand for Indian, I was with a very large ship owner yesterday, and he tells me that his largest cohort of people who work for him are Indians, and he would love to have many more. And now has got 2 training centers in India. He wants to set up one more, which we were discussing, which will train people for the cruises that he's expanding. He already has and is planning to expand massively. He wants the Indian hospitality talent. He says they're best. So we have a lot to offer the world. And I think these engagements will open the doors for two-way engagement. And clearly our effort is to continue to be the fastest growing large economy. Our effort is to grow the incomes of our people, both inclusive growth and sustainable growth is our mantra. And I think the people of India really are aligned to this objective as well.
Thank you very much. Since we are running out of time, I would like to ask one last question. Going back to your story with Professor Goyal, who gave you a piece of advice. And I should tell you to students around this room, since after Professor Goyal's premature death, this school established an annual research conference in strategy, Goyal Conference, in his name, and every year scholars from around the world come here to discuss research in strategy, remembering Professor Goyal's contribution, as well as his ideas, smell of the place that you mentioned. So we remember Sumatra very fondly. And this is what brings me back to your story. What is the advice you would give to students in this room about choosing the careers? You already talked about this in your inspiring remarks, but in 1 or 2 sentences that students can take away from today, attention spans are now very limited. So I'm sure that people have taken copious notes, but in a couple of sentences, what would you advise the students?
I won't even need 2 sentences. How many of you have seen 3 Idiots? Most Indians for that. Those who haven't, the foreigners or the persons from here, please ask one of your colleagues to put up a show of 3 Idiots with subtitles.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the answer to this question. Just follow your dreams.
Thank you very much, Minister. I'm going to run around about this and give you back to
I think we're short of time, so we'll skip that. We have a closing remark from Dr. Shri from UKIC. I would like to invite Shri to speak.
Thank you, Piyush ji. That was, we normally used to have not such good-looking ministers, but we also now have that is one of the things that you forgot to mention about Narendra Modi. So I have to make it fast. There was a video about the UKICC, which is the UK India Creative Circle, sir, formed after the free trade agreement. So I just want to say thank you, sir, Your Excellency, the High Commissioner of India, the distinguished Dean Sergey, and distinguished guests. I've been living here for 45 years, but I still find the English language wonderfully confusing. we call the deafening silence, we say bittersweet. And then they say, your Indian food is awfully good. And then they say, look, your Indian bowlers are clearly confusing when they bowl our googlies. We talk about the living dead, the sweet sorrow, the open secret. And then you must have given a number of the FTAs as original copies. So I don't understand why they've asked me to give the closing remarks today, because we are talking about opening. You have been instrumental in opening opportunities for business. You have been instrumental with, I have to give equal credit to our Secretary of State, Mr. Kyle, and before that, Johnny Reynolds, for opening investment, prosperity, and nowhere is it more exciting than in the creative industry which I am involved in. The UK ICC is a not-for-profit body. We are singularly focused to turbocharge the creative industries for both countries. For the UK, it brings in 150 billion, employing 2.5 million. And I understand for India, it's $40 billion, employing 40 million people. So the UK's creative economy is already one of its fastest growing sectors, consistently outpacing the wider economy. The UK-India Free Trade Agreement gives us the opportunity to accelerate that growth even further, creating jobs, investment, innovation in both countries. UKICC sees ourselves as a bridge between policy and practice. Governments can create the framework, but organizations like ours make the partnerships happen at the ground level. We are determined to work with business of every size, from emerging designers to global brands, to turn opportunities created by the FTA into real commercial success. Because the future relationship between the UK and India will not be built by trade agreements alone. It'll be built by ideas, by talent, by storytelling, by innovation, and by creative enterprise. Although we are a young organization, we've already begun building those bridges. We celebrated Diwali last year in November at the RAC, the Royal Automobile Club, with the legendary Manish Malhotra. For the first time, we opened doors for Manish Malhotra at the Selfridges. Our event at Christie's in March brought in business leaders from the world of fashion, retail, and investment, and we participated in the Lakme Fashion Week in Mumbai. We had an event at South by Southwest, organized by the Department for Business and Trade earlier in the month. And we are planning an event at Christie's shortly to celebrate the remarkable collection of the Shiv Nada Foundation. So we hope to bring British architects, designers, musicians, and artists to India to build lasting commercial partnerships. These are not simply cultural exchanges, these are trade delegations and events powered by creativity. So now, as a proper Indian, we never leave a podium without a proper ask. So Minister Goyal, may I ask you, please, to make a constructive request. We would welcome a formal participation between the Government of India and the UK ICC to help unlock the next phase of UK-India creative trade. In particular, we would greatly value the nomination of a senior civil servant from your department to work alongside us. We already have, from the UK side, 2 senior civil servants. One, we have Rupert Daniels here from the Department for Business and Trade. He is going to watch 3 Idiots also, I'm sure. You did mention that to him. And we also have His Majesty's Trade Commissioner in Mumbai as the Deputy Commissioner, Harjinder Kang. They are both on our advisory board. And I know your passion for this industry and would urge you to support us. We can do wonders with your guidance and help. Imagine if the creative sector grows 5 times like the UK, the Indian economy for the creative sector would be growing at probably 35%. And for a businessman like that, that's a good ask. So thank you, sir. Together we can help business navigate opportunities, organize trade missions, showcases, connect entrepreneurs and investors and retailers. We stand here today to open doors, to open new markets, new partnerships and new possibilities. Thank you for your leadership. आज जो है हम शुरुआत कर रहे हैं, समापन नहीं कर रहे हैं. So I would be very grateful to you, sir, for being part of UKICC, and I would be very happy to meet the Excellency, the High Commissioner, to take this further. So thank you all. I think I've tried to make the speech as short as possible. I tend to be a politician when I get the podium, but thank you, sir.